This is me playing an Eric Moore lick, and we'll show you how to play this later in the video. But first, if you've watched any of my videos, you might notice something different in this clip. Spotless drum heads that sound great, but it wasn't always like this. Time was, I was playing on old heads. And this is a shared practice spot, so this kit doesn't belong to me. So decent enough heads, good for band rehearsals and the occasional drum practice. But not so great when you're trying to be a serious person on the internet. And yes, I realize how ridiculous that sounds. Just work with me here. I'd always get comments about my drum heads. No matter how good or bad the playing was, there was always one. And I kind of procrastinated solving the problem. Eventually I thought, maybe I'll get a head sponsor. But I'd have to test out a bunch of new heads to see which company I wanted to go with. Plus I'm traveling a bunch over the next year, so maybe I'm not in one spot for long enough. So is it worth it? But I'm also trying to stay on budget, so yeah, I was basically looping, and that equaled no new drum heads. Until one man. For those of you listening to audio only, Eric Moore commented at random on one of my posts. Thinking 65% this was him giving me a friendly hard time, I nonetheless called his bluff. And 2 weeks later... Okay, so I just walked in and discovered this. I think I know what it is. I'm like, what? I think I know what it is. So now I have new drum heads from Aquarian. So I thought today, let's take them through the paces while they're still new. Because we got 3 sets of tom heads. So let's test them out. Plus, just for fun, I'll show you an Eric Moore lick, in honor of the guy who took pity on a small YouTuber, looping over whether to buy... Oh, my name is Nate, and people call me the 80/20 drummer. And today on the channel, let's check out these sweet heads Eric and Aquarian sent me. Details to follow. Stay tuned. And folks, I will be playing an Eric Moore lick today and showing you some mixing and matching of component parts that you can do to come up with your own licks. And if you'd like a free transcription of that, you can get it by clicking the link below the player. Okay, on with the video. I should emphasize a couple things up front. Aquarian did not pay me for this review, nor did anyone float a sponsorship or endorsement deal, and neither Eric nor Aquarian requested a review. I'm doing this because I felt like it. It's true they did me a kindness, so I'm slightly biased to be nice in return. But I doubt I'll have to shade anything. All the major manufacturers make heads that sound great, and these are no exception. What I will be checking out is how the sound, look, and feel of these heads work for my personal tastes and individual sound. With that out of the way, let's check out what they sent me. Tearing open the box and checking the packing slip, it appears Aquarian sent me 3 styles of heads for my toms. Then 1 head for the snare and 1 for the kick drum. There's also a Rezo head for the snare, which I won't be testing yet because my snare has a throw-off with the twine attachment you need needle nose pliers to fix. My existing Rezo is fine, and I couldn't be arsed to... Anyway, for the toms, there are 3 sets. Standard coated, standard clear, and these hipster heads with this slick amber color. Naturally, I put the hipster ones on first. Should we take them through the paces? I should note that the real name for these is Modern Vintage, and they've apparently been out for a while. Should we play them a bit? For all these, I give them a quick tuning using Rob Brown's method, which handily won the tuning method contest I describe in the video at the top right of your screen. Okay, so the Modern Vintage sound great. Out of the box, no moon gels, no nothing. The tone is clear, but it's also a little bit organic. I like them. They're good in the low range, they're good in the high range. These are immediate favorites. I should also remind you that I will be covering this Eric Moore lick soon. But you've got to stick around if you... Or actually, you could just click the next chapter mark below the video. But I'm hoping you'll stick around because, hey, we're testing out some heads. Anyway, let's check out the next set. Do we go clear or regular coated? Let's do something completely different. Clear! I'm a big fan of clear heads for their focused tone. I love the way they sound when Eric or drummers like Calvin Rogers play them. When you want a tom to sing out with an easily identifiable tone without many overtones, clear is the choice. Let's put these puppies on. Just as with the others, I Rob Brown tuned them to get them roughly the resonant frequency, then it was off to the races. So the thing I like about the clear heads, in addition to kind of the clean tone, is the nice attack. They have kind of a bite when you put the stick into them. A little different than the modern vintages, but I like it a lot. They're easy to tune. It's cool. At the end of this video, we'll discuss which of these was my personal favorite to play in the room. Before we do that and break down the Eric lick, let's test out our last set of heads. The standard coated. So the coateds, yeah, they have that same kind of like organic, just like a little bit of grit in it. I feel like they're even more focused than the modern vintage. For me personally, my taste might go to the modern vintage a little bit just because I like that complexity. They sound nice though. At the end of the video, I'll summarize how I feel about these various heads and which I think works best for my sound. But before that, let's get to this Eric lick. Here's Eric playing it. And he's using the modern vintage heads, at least on some drums. Now let's play it. And play it slower. And if you want to improvise stuff like this, let me give you 2 building blocks that I think will help you leverage up to it. This is the first. And this is the second. To practice, you can mix and match them in creative ways. One thing I always tell students is you have to play chops slowly before you can play chops quickly. So we practice this stuff slowly. Paying attention to making the subdivisions clean. A big contrast between the stick heights of the ghost notes and the rim shots. And that our strokes are hitting in the center of the heads. Then press 2x on the playback. If you like how that sounds, it's just a matter of putting in the time to speed your own playing up. Just a reminder, if you want a free transcription of this, just click the link below the player and tell us where to send it. I have to say, I think the modern vintage are closest to my ideal sound. I play both pocket music and jazz, and I like that these split the difference nicely. When I tune them slightly lower with the Rob Brown method, They're a nice combo of focused tone with a lot of overtone and also just slightly organic. You can also tune them up for jazz, or indeed, as Eric does, just for pop music. Which do you prefer? The modern vintage like me, the clears, or perhaps the basic coated? Leave a comment below. And folks, hope you've enjoyed this one. Just a reminder that if you'd like a free transcription of the Eric lick and my Mix and Match series, just click the link below the player and tell us where to send it on the next page. Dudes, it's been real. Always enjoy these. See you again real soon in another Lesson of the Week. Wait, did I lose a light? Oh no. I lost my colored LED, you guys. You know what? I think this shot still looks pretty based. Should have charged it. Thinking fast. Duh, it'll be cool.